Hi, and welcome to Have a Chat. I'm Veronique Arsenault, and I'm joined today, of course, by my wonderful co-host, Judy Loge.
Nice to see you, Veronique.
I know, on this snowy Monday.
We got here slowly and carefully. The police were advising to travel very carefully, which I did, so I left a bit early. But for anyone traveling out there, this is Monday, second day of spring now.
It's true.
So tread easily. Yes, no
Hard
school.
to believe. I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, safety first, right? You want to keep the kids safe and off the roads, and make sure that the buses aren't causing more.
You can't
more
have
traffic.
them out on these roads.
No.
And walking and slipping and.
Second day of spring.
Happy spring.
Happy spring.
We'll pretend it's just peachy out there with tulips blooming and everything.
I know. Hard to believe, eh? It felt more like spring last week.
Felt more like Christmas when I got up this morning. I know. But anyhow, you had a good weekend?
Neither one of us are big fans of snow, are we?
Can I really not use that word? I despise the word snow.
Yes.
I don't like winter at all.
No, I know. I'm with you.
But a lot of people love it, so I won't down them on it. They love to
I know.
skidoo and toboggan with their children, and
It's true.
It's just not me.
So now, Judy, of course, you have our wonderful positive quote of the day, so I'm going to go right to you.
Well, I chose this quote because, as people may or may not know, they might have heard out in the community that we have a wonderful guest coming up this afternoon with us, Bill Mullen, no stranger to Miramichi and out of Miramichi. So I thought I would pick a quote. It's not especially positive. It's just more amusing and cute. And it's by the long deceased Patsy Cline, who will always be around as far as I'm concerned with her music. The quote says, "I recorded a song called I Fall to Pieces, and when I was in a car wreck." And then she was in a car wreck. Mm-hmm. So now I'm worried because I have a brand new record, and it's called Crazy.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, a little bit funny there.
It's a good funny on a snowy Monday afternoon.
That's right. I fall to pieces. She got in a car wreck, and then she thought, okay, I just released Wreck Crazy. Am I going to go bonk bonk now?
Good for her. She was amazing.
But the sad thing is she ultimately died in a plane crash.
Yeah.
She was very much in the presence of the limelight in Old Opry, 1956 to 1962. And then 1963, yes, she was taken in a plane crash. So
she was an incredible talent.
Crazy.
Oh, yes, crazy.
I'm crazy for feeling so lonely.
So lonely.
I'm crazy for lying.
Crazy.
And I'm crazy for crying. And that's how it is.
Very good, Judy.
Oh, yes, Veronique. And
we
I'm
should
crazy.
do that every week.
No, my son's just I'm crazy. Yes.
I totally get it. So huge, busy weekend.
I'm tired, yeah. It was busy, but there's always something going on in Miramichi. You and I are always involved in something.
Definitely.
Never downtime for one of us. Normally,
No.
do you do downtime?
And no, I haven't figured it out yet.
Yoga is my want to do, and reading is my night thing. So those two are the only things that one could calm me and one does calm me.
Yes.
I can't get yoga fitted into my schedule yet.
No, and I did do yoga for a couple of years, and I did love it.
The
I
breathing.
did love it, yeah. But I found it tough to calm down enough.
Yes.
During the session and everything. I still wasn't that much in control of my mind yet.
The breathing. You have to get that breathing down.
No, I know, it's tough. So last week, I went to the multiplex question and answer period.
Yes, and I was at hockey.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
That council put together, and it was very interesting because I hadn't been to the other ones, and so I really wanted to get kind of all of the viewpoints that I could. Mm-hmm. And it was not a bad crowd, about 150 people.
That's what they've been getting for the three turnouts, and
and this was their fourth, so it was interesting to see what had already come up, and it's being posted online so that you can kind of give your input as well. And it was pretty split. There was a lot of people in favor of the new multiplex for a lot of reasons.
For sure.
For sports teams and for economic development and revenue in the city.
Yes.
And there was others equally as not in favor, not because they didn't want to see the city grow, but more for economic reasons. And I could understand those as well. It's a lot of money to think about coming up, and they felt, that there were other places that we could put it. So I really came away with a lot of information.
Well, what's going through my mind is just because I have, unfortunately, hockey is almost over for me. We have 2 more games.
Yep.
Then the season's done, but I like to travel with my son. It's his last year of high school, his last year in hockey, so I like to be a present mom. The thing is, I'm wondering, to repair all of these structures that are in place right now is going to take a lot of money.
It is.
And so, my mind, not having been able to attend these, my question would be, is it going to be saving us money in the long run, repair, if we don't get a new one?
Yeah.
And if we do get a new one, is it going to, be economically feasible?
And that seemed to be, the biggest question. What I think people didn't talk enough about the other night was that no matter what, we're going to have to spend this money.
Okay.
So we're going to have to spend it to repair the buildings that we have.
Well, we have a lot in place.
And that's the thing. And so whether we spend it to repair and maintain, or we spend it to build new, which to be honest, I am in favor of.
I can see it more coming in that line.
It makes more sense to me.
So we have the Linda Recreation Center, the Golden Hawk, the Civic Center, and then we have the
Beaver
LBA.
Brook, yeah.
Is there another? But anyway, that's four right there.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right?
Big, like they're used continuously.
Exactly.
And the upkeep is huge.
Exactly. And we all know, and I think that the figure that they attached just to heating the Golden Hawk was something like $20,000 a month.
Yeah. See, that's a huge bill.
You know, and I think that there's
for one area.
Exactly. And there's so much that they can do, you know, with those spaces as well. So, I mean, I am in favor of the multiplex, but I really encourage everyone out there to go out and find out the information.
Yes.
The information is online. Council has not made a decision yet. They're really wanting input from everyone. So find out the information and give your input.
Well, my rationale is just basically I want to use the nursing home as a situation. Just the top of my head says one unit, one big bill, one big expense. It's going to take somebody to get there, but we need it. The others are, as we are talking about these recreational facilities declining and deteriorating, they're going to need money pumped in. So I think on the same idea, they're building a new home because they can actually merge into one overhead bill.
Exactly. And bring everything under one roof. And there's a lot of opportunities to put things under one roof. And as you know, we're building new schools.
Make it a nice, pretty city.
Exactly.
Make it a better looking place. Exactly. People are coming here, moving here. We have payroll. We have all these people coming in with the prison. So and we want to grow businesses in Miramichi. So therefore, we want appealing facilities to have children attend, seniors belong in, etc.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really informative.
Good.
I was glad everybody was so respectful on both sides of the coin.
It's nice to hear.
And it was really informative. So I was really glad I went.
Great.
Yeah, it was
and
really
they've been obviously generous with their time, giving 4 presentations.
Exactly.
It's not like they had one. If you're there, fine. If you're there, you know, not. So they gave ample opportunity for people to go out and be heard and ask questions.
Yeah. So we have a very exciting holiday coming up.
Easter.
Yeah.
Is it your favorite?
It is. Actually, it is my favorite holiday. I love Easter because for most of my career, I worked retail setting. And so Christmas, although it was wonderful to spend the time with family, was just one day off I got.
Oh, wow.
Right? Because I had to work right up until and then right after. Whereas Easter, I always got 4 days off in a row.
Okay.
So I got to spend the time with family, got to relax, got to enjoy everything around me. So Easter, as I became an adult, became my favorite holiday.
I would say it's the biggest celebration of the year.
Yeah.
And again, for me, it's for the right reason as it is for you. Yeah. It's not about the chocolate bunnies and the hunts in the snow with the eggs. It never was. It's, you know, I don't mind saying it. I'm a spiritual person, and to me, I take it very, very to heart, attending, you know, during Lenten masses and being there to celebrate the resurrection. And actually, I'm taking part in the Living Stations again this year as a narrator.
Of course,
And we are in for a little bit of snow, but I don't think enough to stop people from attending St. Michael's Basilica this coming Good Friday, which is March 25th. And so it is a tableau, which is basically a passion. It's the Living Stations done in a drama, but without acting. So we have our Jesus and our disciples, and we have our soldiers, guards, narrators. And it's beautiful. And the music begins at 6:30, and then the actual drama, the passion, begins at 7:30 sharp.
Isn't that amazing?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I encourage people of all faiths, not just Catholic faith, but all faiths. And I consider everyone equal. So come on out and enjoy one another's company and love for our Lord and just see something beautifully done.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? So it was also, you know, I'm looking forward to Easter, but we'll talk a little bit more about what happened on the weekend. So on Saturday morning, I was really, really privileged. And, you know, oftentimes I think, oh, goodness, I have to go to another meeting or another event. But I went to this event on Saturday morning at 9:30 at the Rod. And it was called Miramichi 2030, Visioning Our Future.
Okay.
And it was the My Pie, Miramichi Young Professionals and Involved Entrepreneurs event for March. And it was hosted by Adam Lorden. And so now My Pie tends to be for the 20-30 somethings, of course. Now I've decided I'm 30 adjacent.
Oh,
so I'm just right next to it.
40 and moving.
I'm just right next to it.
Let's not talk about age. You tell me more about the event.
Yeah, but I was really, really privileged to be there. And so I actually happened to be sitting at a table with some 30 adjacents as well.
Yes.
And for the first time in a long time, I was one of the oldest in the room.
How do you think that makes me feel, Veronique? I'm glad I wasn't in that room. I was getting ready for an event that night, so I couldn't go, but I bet it was fantastic. But for you to be such a young lady and one of the older ones, that makes me feel,
But I loved it.
I
loved it because it was a lot of young people with young families, and they talked about what they saw for the Miramichi in 2030.
Okay, so tell us about some of the ideas and categories that they focused on.
Okay, so we each had our own facilitator at the table, and so as I said, the older table kind of stuck together, but we were lucky enough to be joined by two young people who have just moved here from the States.
Nice.
So we got a new perspective, which
was
good. But there was two categories that we had to focus on was community. So what we saw for the Miramichi.
Perfect.
And then the second one was economic development.
Oh, that's a real biggie.
Yeah, and it was interesting to see the themes come out of that, and we're going to see a lot more on this subject, and they're going to share what came out of that, and it's going to be shared with council as well. But the younger generation, and I'm going to say younger generation, even though they're not that far removed.
Well,
from
you
me.
might as well say it.
Well,
I'm already hurting, so you might as well hurt me some more.
Yeah, that's right. But I love you.
Yeah.
They talked a lot about outdoor space.
Interesting.
They were looking for more green parks, more outdoor activities, more availability, more use of our river.
Okay.
They were looking for patios to be able to sit with their friends and enjoy,
nice.
A nice drink on a Friday night. They were looking for, and it wasn't a lot of those things that you think, they're just looking for places to party, or they were really looking for things that they could do as families.
Okay, that's really a good
and
issue
they were in favor, for the most part, were in favor of the new multiplex for a lot of those same reasons.
People, yes.
To be able to use it, and they've seen it in a lot of other cities, but really to be able to use it for their families, to have outdoor space. Dog park.
I was just going to say that. I love my dog, and I don't like particularly walking along a main street or around our neighborhood because I end up talking to everybody. Can you imagine that?
No.
Hello, Mrs. Hello, Mr. So I go to walk my poor dog, and I'm stopping at every doorstep because somebody's having a chat.
That's right.
So and you can't walk around the track at Jameson Hill, for example.
No, that's right.
And you don't want to walk downtown with, the cars all waving at you and everything in your public display. So I would love that.
I would love to see a dog park in Miramichi.
I bet your friend Kara Scott and mine would.
I know, exactly. Because, we all have dogs for the most part, right?
Yes, and a nice place for them to be.
There should be a great place for them to enjoy.
We love them.
I know.
We want to be with them in a proper setting.
So that was more in the community. There was even the idea of having Water Street and the Front Street as we call it when we live here, being a pedestrian walkway so that you could shop and walk and with families and have everybody out with the kids in the strollers.
They do it a few times a year when there's an event going on. They close it up, which is beautiful. You see so many people out and about.
Yeah, exactly.
But not in general. They want to see that as a pedestrian area.
Yeah. So it was very interesting to see, their thoughts on the whole community as a whole. Then, of course, we talked about economic development and really, the ideas that they had and the companies that they'd like to see coming. Not necessarily company, but a sector. Tech was a big one. Tech manufacturing and green energy, and really being a leader in some of those industries and building on what we already have. Some of the fantastic industries that are already in place here. We have great businesses, and we need to promote those more.
We certainly do. I always do try as well.
Yeah, and they talked about the warmth of the people here. And so I was really heartened as I left there because I thought, you know what, we need to get behind these young people. We need to get behind them and start putting some of this into action.
And we have newcomers here bringing new ideas. And they're thinking outside of the box, which is really great to see somebody's perspective from not living here.
Exactly.
What do you foresee? What can you visualize? Because we're in the city so long now that we need some more mindset work.
Yeah, because you get not stuck, but you do get set in your mindset about what you think should happen and how it should happen. So really for me, it was about seeing, all the brand new stuff that could happen and that
moving forward,
and that they see for the area. And none of them talked about the fact that they want it out of here.
No, great news.
They talked about how do we bring our friends home.
Awesome.
And I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic event.
I'm so happy to hear about that event.
Yeah, it was really some of the best. It was about 2.5 hours that I was there, and I loved every minute of it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Now, Saturday night, you were fabulous.
And you were my companion at the table with a bunch of women.
Yeah, but it was the 5th annual Diva Diamond Dinner.
Yes, and that was your probably third, right?
Yes,
you were away for a couple, but you've attended most of them, and I've emceed it for the past 5. And I thought this was one of the better years.
I loved it. I
thought because I don't want, and you don't want to be an MC who is up there with time just la 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 la. What are we going to have next? You want to fill it in. So we had prizes. There was a band crossover with Lucas Obey and the guys, Kyle Richardson.
They were great.
Lucas Obey's wife Paula sang just beautifully.
Yeah, she was.
The women get up and dance.
Yep.
There were 40 nurses from the Region 7 hospital alone and 22 federal female officers from the Correctional Institute at Atlantic Institute.
And they had a great time.
They had a great time.
They had a great time.
When you think about it, these girls are so, in such a serious work setting, all week long. Either they're in uniform looking after the guard, like they're guarding the position of the prisoners, or they're at the hospital doing very tedious, hard on the head work and serious.
Incredible.
To get a dress on and go out and have a glass of wine or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, or 12 is good because they let their hair down and they're having fun.
Yeah.
And the beautiful women on this river.
You know what? It was so wonderful to see. Like everybody was unique and everybody was done up and having a great time.
I couldn't get over that. It was beautiful.
And your performance, your lip sync that you did was hilarious.
Well,
I loved it.
It was fun and it was funny. Of course, we did the 1977 Bat Out of Hell rendition of Meatloaf's Paradise with a Dashboard Light, and Joe Butler was awesome. He came on and as my Meatloaf companion there doing that dance and lip sync, and then of course I just jammed it up and had a ball, Doug Trevors did the announcer. So
did you ever? Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, and it was a great fundraiser for the 3037 Army Cadets.
They are a wonderful young troop, but they worked hard that night to serve and clear, and they've made a lot of money. I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they did.
Silent auction items, grand prize. Darlene Foran won the beautiful ring from Siddle's Jewelers.
Yeah.
And Linda Richardson, she has a horseshoe somewhere.
She was funny.
Yeah.
She was funny.
Big winner
really
again of the
her.
consolation prize. So.
Yeah, I really enjoyed her.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the municipal elections are coming up. We're starting to see
Coming
candidates.
quickly.
Yeah, we're starting to see candidates. So
if
if you're thinking about it, now's the time.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it all the time because it's important who is in place in our city in that position.
It is, and we need more people
in those
involved.
Positions.
Yeah, we need more people involved.
And I see, there's a lot more interest now, I think. It seems to be. From talking to people in the area, in the city, they're more aware and they're more keen to be involved in voting in that this time around for some reason.
I think people are starting to understand just the impact that they have when they get involved in politics in general. So I think, to see people now starting to put their nomination papers in and to start to build their campaigns.
Yes.
And it's not too late. People still have lots of time to be able to do
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do. And the municipal election, of course, coming up on May 9th.
Yeah, really coming fast.
I know.
We're almost to April now.
I know. It's hard to believe that it's been 4 years already.
And you won't see me running anytime too soon.
Well,
I'll be voting though.
That's good. And we need everybody to get out and vote. Now, of course, we have a wonderful show coming up. Bill Mullen is joining us from the Miramichi Opry. We're so excited to have him back today. Make sure that you tune back in, grab a coffee, and we'll see you pretty soon because we're going to have a great chat this afternoon. And Judy, don't go too far, eh?
I'm sticking right by you, Vero.
Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. I'm Veronique Arsenault, of course, and joined by my co-host, the wonderful Judy Loge. Now, we are so excited to welcome Bill Mullen. Welcome back,
Hi, Bill.
Great to be back.
I'm so happy to return. You big hit the last time.
Yeah.
Was I?
Yes, you were.
Oh, that's good. I also overheard the first year show there, and I was in the market for a Patsy Cline singer.
Yes.
I think I found 2 today.
Did you?
He's going to
we
let
got
us
it.
sing.
Well,
you know what, Bill? They
have
won't
to
let
practice.
me sing here.
They won't.
They won't let
Well,
me
we'll let
sing.
you sing up at our place or on the road.
On the road.
But you know what? I worry, though. I wouldn't want to drive your customers away.
Well, if they stayed and listened to me for all these years, I'm sure you.
No, they love you. You're a well-loved musician on this river. Tell us what's new with you lately.
Tell us about you first, just in case there's somebody out there that doesn't know you. It's not possible.
Well, about me, I guess I'm getting old.
No!
And
Not possible either.
no, I'm about myself. Well, I got a great family, and I got a great supporter to put up with what I've done. Actually, 50 years running all over the country with an old guitar, trying to fooling people, letting them think I could play. But I guess I'm an entertainer. We have a great time. We have great support from my family, and a great bunch of musicians around the river that give me the opportunity to play with them, and we're just having a barrel of fun. In my old age, I don't know what I would have done without music.
Did you say 50 years since you've been playing around with music?
Well, yes, I'm 69, just turned 69.
You didn't have to give your age
I
away,
know,
because
but
I'm certainly not going to give mine away if you think that's going to
work.
work.
No, I know, but I've since before we were married, we were doing these house parties and had a lot of fun doing that.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, we have great fun and fundraisers and all that. So
You do a lot of fundraising.
Well, we do. We get the, and we couldn't do it without the help from the local musicians around here. You know, they all do it.
Yes.
Pretty well, they're all doing it. Yeah.
Well, it's true. I mean, there's never
Yeah.
a weekend that there isn't a hootenanny or a fundraiser
Yeah.
for someone, and there, it's always local musicians donating their time and their energy and raising hundreds of thousands of dollars
Oh,
over the
yeah.
years for people.
Just great.
Yeah.
Great. Miramichi is, it's good, especially Eastern Canada, you know,
Yes.
New Brunswick. But Miramichi is a little above, I think, so they're great for it.
Biggest
Yeah.
hearts of all. What are the causes, some of the people that you give to? You give to numerous, you know, when you do your fundraising, various causes. But what are some that you
Well,
help out?
people that's been burnt out, or people that has sickness, or we've done some of our opera on the road shows. We've done for Ground Search and Rescue up in St. Stephen.
That's right.
We did Knights of Columbus shows. We did
Sick children's or Shriners?
yeah,
or-
Shriners. for
Shriners as
children.
well.
And for cancer.
See,
We
you're
did
doing
that
so
in
much.
Canada.
Now, tell us a little bit about the Shriners one, because that's a little bit unique. You go on the road, don't you?
Yeah, the next one we're doing, we've done a few for them. The next one is the 1st of May. It's a big show in Bathurst.
All right.
I'd be looking
Not too
forward.
far, 45 minutes away. People can
May
get
the
there.
1st on Sunday afternoon, and we have a great show lined up. In fact, we have a Patsy Cline singer for that show.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
But
see, they
you'll
don't need
love
us
her.
anymore, Judy.
Okay, I've
No.
been bumped already, and Veronique, okay, that's
I'm
already
always
been
looking
bumped.
ahead.
because we're crazy.
What's going to happen if she happens to be sick or something like
yeah.
that? Then,
Then,
I got to have standbys.
Oh, we'll stand by, all right. We just won't open our mouth.
I'm shipping Judy right
no.
up to you.
You'll
No, it's a lot
you'll
of
be frontlining
fun.
a lot of the other shows. This one here, the last thing you can do, you can't do is have two women on the stage at the same time because it might cause a friction.
A little friction. No,
Listen
not
to
with
him
us.
getting
Not with
saucy
us. No,
now.
no, he's saucy, but we
I'm
love
only
him.
kidding. No.
So, Bill,
I'm. We're happy to do what we're doing. We just
Yeah.
have great fun.
So
We have
May
great fun.
1st in Bathurst.
May 1st, in Bathurst, we have a big show there, and then we'll be doing some other shows too. And we did the Fredericton exhibition. We played up in
wow.
Woodstock. We played Campbellton and Bathurst, and
all
great
over
fun.
the road.
Great fun,
Wow.
yeah.
So where do you get tickets for this type of event?
I have some in my pocket now, but I can.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
get one right out here from you, Bill.
Yeah.
Came prepared.
Yeah, I'm in, no, I do. I sell a few.
Yes.
Or down at our music store. My son runs the Opry Music Store here in town, down on the square.
That's
So-
right. Can you get them at the door as well?
Yep, you can get them at the door. Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's-
that'll
That would be
that'll
fun. I actually, people would be surprised because they look at me and they don't think I'd be a country music lover. I don't love it, but I'm getting more into it now. And you know, the young people are.
I love that.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
a lot of
Oh, yeah.
teenagers are
Yeah.
really into, they prefer country music over the rock.
I love country
Yeah.
music.
Do you?
I do. I go through phases, but I'm in one of those phases right now where I
So
just
am I.
love it. Just
Like
love
the
it.
old stuff, even like
Yeah.
Johnny Cash and like
yeah.
you said,
Yeah.
Patsy Cline and
Yeah.
and Dolly Parton, and just so many. I just love some of those old tunes.
And the sad part is that a lot of them are passing on.
A
you know.
lot of them.
I'm doing my second CD there now of all my homegrown music of my own. you know.
Yes.
Of course, not the music, but the writing.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is when I sing my last song. So I don't know when it'll be,
Oh,
but I'm going to
goodness.
keep kicking until it's.
Until
You're
you're
just a
not
young
anymore.
lad, just
Yeah,
a young
yeah.
lad on the river.
Now
Oh,
tell
yeah.
us a little bit about what's going on with the Opry.
Well, the Opry's just opened. Well, we opened it for our 50th anniversary in October, and then we had a few little parties after that, private parties, and now we're open every Saturday night,
Nice.
and it's open for local local groups and touring groups. We used to get a lot of them. They'd call and want to come in and do a show, and if somebody wants birthday parties or
Wow.
anniversary parties or anything like that,
Yeah.
we have you got to get up and see it. We have a pretty unique spot up there.
I've been there a couple times.
Well, we're have to
actually.
sing.
Yeah.
I'll probably be there where I'm engaged to sing
Yeah.
with you
Yeah.
pretty soon. I'll have to
Yeah.
check it out, you know, and get
I'll
my.
come and watch you, Judy.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be a hit, I know.
Well, we would be.
Sure, yes. Then,
A hit, all right.
I-
Hit this
I've
side
got
of the
it.
face.
I'm going to take video.
they love it. You know, it's just
Entertainment.
it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Great
Do you get
fun.
the same crowds, would you say, like word of mouth, you know, entices people to come from all over the province sometimes, but do you get your same people coming pretty much every Saturday night?
Pretty much, yeah.
Loyal.
And, then when we were in before, when I worked with tourism, we used to be in the New Brunswick Planner there, and we got a lot of tourists would come in. And then I had calls from people, big name people down in Nashville, when they seen this Opry, Canada's Opry. They thought it was a big, place, and I'd say, well, look, it only seats 125, 150 people.
Yes.
And I had a couple of them, in fact, that did come in. And we had groups there from Texas, and we had them from all over Western Canada. They'd come be on a tour or call, In fact, on May the 11th, we have Johnny Burke. Anyone, I'm sure, the people in the Miramichi and province, he's well known. He's from Rogersville, and he's got Joe Howe with him, who played guitar with Tommy Hunter, some. And,
Good
there's
old
another
Tommy
lady
Hunter.
with him, with them too. And then I have a friend of mine, Fraser Newcomb, come up to do a Stompin' Tom Connors and a Boxcar Willie tour.
That will be popular.
Yeah,
It's
good
Bud
one.
Just Bud from the bright red mud.
Yeah.
I love.
I think I want to start singing now.
I know.
No, now that I'm at my age, I've done everything pretty much, so I think I'll start the country singing with you now, Bill.
Oh, well, I'm
He's
telling
ready.
you.
I'm ready,
ready.
too.
Yeah.
I love to stomp my feet, and like I said, you wouldn't expect it from
No,
me
it's
because
true.
I'm a girly girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love Stompin' Tom, and I love Johnny Cash, and I love to get my cowboy
Oh,
boots
I know.
on, which no one can picture, and just let her rip.
When you look at, I seen this, it was on the news the other night there, everybody knows Matilda Murdoch.
She's an amazing individual.
When you see her, she's a 95.
Incredible.
And just I was walking up the road there one time last summer, or it was in the spring, and who hauls over but Matilda, and she's just as young and as free, and she said, my arms are good, I'm feeling great,
I
and still
know.
go. And I've known her because we're both inducted into she long before me were in the New Brunswick Country Music Hall of Fame.
Quite
And
something.
she was, so when you see people like that, that music is, it gives you hope, it keeps you
Oh,
going.
it's in your veins forever and ever. She is something. We've invited her on also, but just because she's, getting up there now, she just said maybe I'd rather not, but she was honored to be asked.
Well, I always find her amazing because I've seen her perform lots of times. But when she gets ready to play a song, it's almost like she goes back through the filing cabinet in her mind to find that exact perfect
right.
piece.
So
and
true.
And then she's right into it. And I think, oh my goodness, to be that sharp at any age and to be able
I
to
know.
play with that kind of skill, she's amazing. But
Yeah.
especially giving her age now, and to see her on the TV the other night was
I
wonderful.
saw that. That was a
Oh,
special
she's-
moment for
yeah.
everyone to see her in action.
Yeah,
She's a dynamic woman. We love her.
yeah.
And we
She
love you too.
reminds me, oh, thank you. She reminds me of my mother. She was small like Matilda, and my mother used to play some music too, and her father and my uncles all played, and fiddles and that. And no, it's just great. Music's great. It's
It
good.
is.
I love music.
Music is good for the health, good for your.
You're right.
My son, Jansen, said the other evening, he said, he just out of the blue, he said, can you imagine a world where there was no music?
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Because he was thinking about it. He was playing some music, and they thought, what if we didn't have this? I'm
Yeah.
thinking, no, I cannot.
Is there anybody, Bill, that you've not managed to get to the Opry yet that you'd really love to get there?
Besides me.
There is a lot of people I would like to get there.
stumped
I
them.
mean, I had calls. I'll never forget. They're both passed on now from one of the Leuven brothers. They were kind of an old-fashioned bluegrass. He wanted to come, and I could have had Stonewall Jackson, which
Oh,
was
really?
a great old entertainer. I could have had him, and but costs a lot of money. You have a big venue.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that I could have. I met a lot of them, and got a opportunity to be down in Asheville a few times. Went to the Opry. I always wanted
Exciting.
to go. And the only thing I haven't done yet, and I'm planning on it big time, my favorite of them all, and most people looked really up to him, including like George Jones, all those big names, was Hank Williams Sr.
I wanted to ask you who your
Okay.
favorite was, actually. That was
Yeah.
one of my questions for you.
Well, in fact, I am in the process now, I can't say too much about it, but a big tribute show.
Nice.
Patsy Cline will be one of them, one of the entertainers. Lefty Frizzell traveled with him. Ray Price,
Yes.
who just passed away not long ago. We have a great show being worked on right now.
Really?
You're always doing something.
Well, we're
planning.
working on that now, along with our Opry group. Norman Young.
I
he
know
plays
Norman Young.
The fiddle and barber,
Yes.
and his wife Joanne.
Yeah.
And they can both play any instrument you put in their hands.
Yeah.
Charlie Hashi, he plays all the different instruments.
Great guy.
Poor Bill can just play a little bit of one, so they make me look good, you know.
You stop it. He
Well,
always pretends he's
that's
so
all.
untalented.
I
You're
know.
so talented, and you
I'm the
play it down.
I introduce them all, and then I just say, and I'm the biggest liar in Red Bank.
Oh.
So they're well.
Good joker, though. He's always telling a good
Oh,
joke.
that's true. So you must be pretty excited now that the Opry's back open, and you're doing one night a week right now. Are you planning on expanding that?
Oh yes, it'll be open for anyone that wants it. We're going to. We even have a karaoke night. We're going to have a.
Oh.
I had a guy call, and they have quite a thing going on with this karaoke, and we're going to do a karaoke night, and we're also
goodness.
going to have different bands. This Saturday night we have a group called True Country Rock. Tom Llewellyn and young McGraw, Corey McGraw.
Okay, yes,
True
yeah.
country rock.
They're coming in. They do the old rock and roll
I like
and
that.
classic country, and they're in this Saturday night. So
Really?
first time. So we're taking different groups and just want to keep her going.
And what other hobbies do you have besides? Do you have another hobby besides music?
Oh, I used to love to play horseshoe.
Okay,
Oh, we
that was a big
we-
one.
Oh, we used to play
I'm just
horseshoe.
curious because
Yeah.
you're so involved in music,
I
and I'm
know.
thinking,
Well-
what do you do besides that, Billy? Because you have to do something besides play music.
Well,
Horseshoe.
used to love to play horseshoe, but now I tell the boys there now that a lot of them are still playing. We had one little game there last summer, but it used to be the stakes are 40 feet apart, and the horseshoe was getting heavy and getting old. So now it's down to 30.
Okay.
You got to adjust, though.
and-
You got to be willing to adjust for certain
Yeah, well, I
things.
know. And then I have some of them have the stick to pick up the horseshoe. I have to get somebody to pick mine up for me.
You're
you know.
just pretending you're old. Stop.
I know.
Did you
No,
ever
we're-
pick up the book? Here, tell the book Backstage at the Old Opry. It's a hardcover book it's taking place like there's 250 illustrations, and it's a book about everything that went on behind the scenes with all the stars in Nashville. Well, not all of them, but some of the big ones.
Oh, neat.
Have you ever heard tell that book?
I haven't heard tell of it, but I had the opportunity to get backstage to the opera.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I had an uncle. A lot of them people heard this story before, but I had an uncle that was in the army with Hank Snow, the singing
Quite
ranger,
something.
Hank Snow.
Yeah.
And I've been down to the opera a few times, and I never could get. There was always a big lineup to get an autograph or see him. So I just wrote Army Buddy from New Brunswick on this ticket, on the opera ticket.
Uh-huh.
And I said to the guy, their security, I said, give that to Hank Snow. And he said, you'll never get to see him tonight. I said, do you like your job here?
Yeah, threatening.
I said, someone, he said, what's that supposed to mean? I said, I would imagine Hank Snow has a little share in this place. And I said, he's expecting me.
Getting a little saucy now.
Well,
Remember she feisty.
you got to do what you got to do.
And you
Yeah.
got back there, didn't you?
And I got back.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Where
Yeah,
there's a
and-
will, there's a way.
And the first thing he said to me when he came, took me down to his dressing room. He just smiled. He said, "I don't believe you're in the army with me. What's the occasion?"
You
See,
imagine.
I was about 45 then, and he was 75.
Oh, okay.
Just you
So
were
then
pop-
I had to start to tell him, and he kept asking me questions, and I'd tell him, he'd say, "That's correct, that's correct." And
But
ask
this
me
book,
how he
I
was.
think you would love. It's Backstage at the Grand Ole Opry, and it's co-authored by Brenda Calladay and Dan Rogers. And 30 years of experience between the two of them they've written on
Wow.
because they've been behind the scenes for that long.
Isn't that amazing?
And I remember them saying in the book something to the effect that Garth Brooks said, I know you're all having a good time sitting in those seats out there, but the real party is backstage.
yeah, yeah,
Right?
they-
And I bet you do have the best parties sometimes backstage.
That's when you get together. That's when the fun really is.
Yeah.
Is to get the crowd all together and jam after a show or before. It's just,
Yeah.
it's great.
It
it's
sounds
great.
wonderful.
And
Sounds wonderful. So
the music
exciting.
in this river is there's
Second to none.
talent. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
there's it's anywhere you go. I guess anywhere you go, pretty well. But
Now, when we come back from break, we're going to go to break in about a minute or so. We're going to talk about your store a little bit and that your son is now running,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk about what else is coming up for the Miramichi
Yes.
Opry, and some new things that you have
Okay.
going on.
After the
we'll-
break.
Yeah,
We'll
so we
find
want to.
something to talk about.
Oh,
Yes.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt. I'm not worried about you.
Well, we'll see what we can come up with. I don't know. I guess we're going to be just doing some traveling, and then
Yeah.
Good.
We're going to do, and we do Sunday afternoon shows. I'm working on now doing a gospel show once a month.
That's pretty
up there.
lovely too.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that'd be good. We used to do them back a few years ago before we closed from the first time there, and it went well. And get local people in, and then share the money, And these road shows that we do here, we just take a little enough for our expenses out, and the gig goes to whoever we're doing it for.
Good man.
I know.
Good
Isn't
group.
that amazing?
And it's good fun. We have good fun. It's a night out or a day out, and
You
we
love
get
to
our
do it.
gas and a place to stay for the night if we're staying overnight, and a few dollars for expenses, and get
Way
the
you
rest.
go. I
There she
think it's
goes.
wonderful.
So it's really for the love of it.
Oh, that's the love of it. That's
Yeah.
what music, yeah.
Entertaining.
That's what it is. And that's what keeps a lot of people going. When we were running the Opry, before I closed the first time, I had some people that, that were given time, with cancer and everything like that, and they went way beyond it. And I always believed it's music.
That keeps
They
your
were-
soul and
it
your
keeps you
health
going, yes.
thriving.
Well, when we
Yes.
come back, we're going to pick your brain some more. So don't go away. We have a great rest of our show with Bill. We're going to pick his brain, as I said. And so grab a coffee, have a seat, and have a chat with us. Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. We have been having an incredible discussion with Bill Mullen, of course, from the Miramichi Opry, and we're so pleased to have him back for the rest of our show. We're going to pick your brain a little bit. We're going to
Sure.
talk to you. We're going to get you to tell us some stories.
Okay.
All right?
Oh, dear.
I know.
Oh.
I know. But first, I want to kick off with the fact, though, that you are starting something new at the Opry, and it's the Opry for Rent.
Yeah. Well, we just decided that it's a building sitting up there, and with Saturday night alone is not enough, so we're going to rent it out if anybody wants it for a birthday party or an anniversary or homecoming or anything like that. And there's a sound system all there for them and and touring groups again, like I say,
Okay.
local groups, anybody that's looking. So, and it's already working there now, and I don't expect to make any big money out of it. I just want to pay the insurance bill, pay the tax bill, so I can have my old age pension to
Yep.
Look
tra-
good.
to
Enjoy.
travel on.
That's
eh?
right.
That's what
I
it
don't
is.
blame
That's
you.
a really good idea, though.
I know it is, and it's such a
Opry for
unique,
Rent.
a unique venue, right? To be able
Yeah.
to do something different, and we have wonderful spaces for rent all over the city. But I love the idea of going and having something special in a unique venue like that.
Yes, and we can cater. We do motor coach tours. We have always been doing them. And when I was closed, the Opry was closed, I rented places and still continue to do them. And that works good. And,
You'll be 120 and still playing music and going on the
I
road.
think so too.
I think so too. And you have a laid back attitude. You're very, comfortable in your own skin, and people are drawn to you because you're so warm. You're warm.
Well,
you have a good
Well, you gotta
personality.
be, when you're not a good musician, you gotta
be
you have
warm.
to do that.
So I have to work on that for myself then.
Well,
That's
we're
why
warm.
I
We just
keep
gotta learn
it.
how to sing now.
Yeah, no, I can't.
That's
sing.
why I keep all those good musicians around me. See,
Yeah.
they make it
Yeah, right. But sorry, Bill, you are the founder of the Miramichi Country Hall of Fame, correct?
Yeah, Miramichi Country, and there's 57 members. Matilda's a member of that.
Yes.
So
A lot
when did
more
that
than-
start?
Oh my God, that must be, that must be 15 years ago.
Okay.
And,
Pretty nice.
Yeah, and I tell you who worked with me on that, Ron Gaston, he was from
Yes.
Doketown. He used to be
I
the
know
Gaston
who you mean.
brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And he was great, instrumental, stage presence that man had was unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Nigel Mullen, he's the pedal steel player, he was with me, helping me with it, and organized it and working it up, and Ted Ross.
Okay,
Another
yeah.
wonderful
Yeah.
person. So
And-
when does this take place? Like, when do you actually honor these inductees?
Well, we did it every spring, in the spring of the year, and then I don't know if we're going to make it this year or not.
Oh,
We
okay.
may, but
Well, it's winter again now, so.
yeah. So it's winter again. But it takes a lot of work, and our president was Bliss Spencer from up in Boystown.
I don't know that name.
So we had people from all areas. You know, as far as we started off so far Northumberland County,
Yeah.
Okay,
from
yeah.
Boystown out to very, but we may expand it. You know, get it going again. And my wife wants something to do, and that's why I'm going again.
Got to
That's
keep the
option.
wife happy.
Sure, she wants
She's
something
got
to
to-
do. She wouldn't have enough to do, I'm
Well,
sure.
she's tired sitting looking at me.
Oh, stop.
Okay, so here's a question for you. I'm a young performer.
She's a performer.
Yeah. In my mind. In my mind.
No, she's young. She's young.
So what would be your advice to young performers out there? You know, all of your history and all of your experience and all the things that you've been able to see and do, what are some great tips that you would like to give to the young people out there that are thinking about getting into their thing?
Well, try to get as good an instrument as you can. But there's an old saying goes, it doesn't have to be a good instrument because when it's in the master's hand, it doesn't matter.
It can be played.
But by selling guitars and that, when I had the store going, my son, which he's taken over, and we would try to convince people not to try to push more onto them, but get something that sounds as good as you can. I mean, everybody can't expect to buy an expensive, but it's got to be set up right, because most young people, when they start, they get discouraged, their fingers get sore, especially if they're playing stringed instruments. And go for what you ever believe in, because and you don't have to be good. Like George Jones wasn't a very good musician, but look where he went.
Well,
Perseverance,
well, that's what he said. Someone said, George, you don't play your guitar much. He said, what do you think I have these fellas for?
well, look at Bob Dylan. I mean, people find he was a genius. Personally, I find it painful to listen to him. A little bit. I really do not like listening to him. But then again, there are those Bob Dylan lovers. Think his music's fantastic. So each one to their own, right?
And Willie Nelson wrote songs for everybody and everyone.
Well, he wrote Crazy for Patsy Cline.
Yes, he did.
Didn't he?
And he tried on his own, get into singing after, and for a long time. And then someone said to him, Willie, sing like Willie.
Okay, just be yourself.
And he started singing, and look at him.
Yeah, everybody knows Willie Nelson, right?
Amazing.
Yeah, he did write that song for her.
Yeah, he did.
That was in 1961 he wrote that.
He wrote one off of
I'm not old, am I?
Your memory, Judy, is stunning.
Yeah, I was like 25 at the time.
Your memory is stunning, Judy.
I have a pretty good
I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday.
No, I have a good
You remember
memory.
from 1961 that it was written, and I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday.
You had oatmeal, and you had a coffee, black.
Young people today, they're the talent opportunities they have because they can go right on the computer and they can get all the tabs and all that. We didn't have anything, you know what I mean? We just play by ear.
Spoons to play with.
We all played house parties and stuff like that. And I'm saying my group, there is musicians that went there, and we all learned off one another, and sometimes it wasn't the greatest, you know?
Yeah.
So then when you get out and go with groups and then you got to kind of learn over again, timing and all that, and which I had a hard time with because all we ever did was just, old guitar and a bunch of old cars and house parties.
Yeah.
But I would have to go far to find somebody that I do know that does not like music. Like, who does not like music? Do you know anybody?
No.
Everybody likes something.
And it doesn't matter. Everybody. You're right. Everybody likes something. I mean, I am not a huge fan of the heavy metal.
Oh no,
I will admit. But I will admit. But I can appreciate the brilliance that it takes to write that kind of music, right? You know, I do I can appreciate that.
I like AC/DC, some of the heavy rock.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you like rap?
No, I don't like
You
rap.
can't do country rap? We can do a rap song right here.
I don't know what I really do love is the old 50s and 60s rock and roll.
Me too.
I think
my
we
God,
all do. I know
love
my
it to
parents
death.
do too.
I know.
And like Elvis Presley, he could. He was also great on his gospel too, but his music it was just so relaxing.
Yeah.
And he came up with them so fast. Like he put one out after another after another. He's like Taylor Swift now.
I know. And I grew up obviously not in the 50s and 60s, but I grew up with that music because my parents loved it so much. And I that is my childhood for me, and it brings back such memories.
Rock around the clock.
Yes. And it's so upbeat and so exciting.
And the poodle skirts they had.
Oh my, yes.
What a fun time to grow up. Then I didn't, of course, but if I had.
I grew up in the 50s and 60s when those old cars, the 56 Chevs and the 56 Fords, 57 Chevs, all in the Dodges. When I see them in Cuba, they're still running those old cars in Cuba, and that's one of the places I haven't got to, and I want to go and see for that reason the old cars. But the music was just so it was so much better then because there wasn't much more to do, house parties and things like that. Now they can jump in their car and go to Moncton in an hour or hour and a half, and well, we did, you know. It was
Speaking
not
of
bad.
cars, what was your first car, Bill?
First car was a 53 Chev.
All right. And what color?
It was green.
Green 53
green
Chevy.
53
And
Chevy.
Billy Mullen at the wheels. Singing his little tune.
Mine was a 1972 Pontiac Le Mans, green.
Yeah.
Green also.
Green,
Wow.
and it was huge.
You guys St. Patrick's fans or something?
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
little white Mustang I got in 1983. Little white Mustang. And we all remember our first cars.
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And our tunes, I think my first
yeah.
album I ever played was Elton John. It was the Nikita.
Oh, yes.
And it's
Yeah.
you know how it stands out? Well, my memory's really good. Remember
Yeah,
that, Veronique?
that's right.
So that was my first album, I think,
Yeah.
whatever that one was with Elton John.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the store, Billy.
Well, I retired, so I was 65, and my son Vincent and his wife Melita took it over.
Okay.
She's from Newfoundland, and she's a great worker and good. And Vince, he plays some music too, and they took it over, and I sold the building next door right here,
Yeah.
next to here.
Drive by it all
That's
the time.
right.
Yeah. And they moved downtown there. They're next to Norm's Barber Shop, and that's fantastic,
Right.
right there.
Yeah.
And
Fantastic
that's in the building.
fashion. Yes.
And they're getting a living. He's doing what he always wanted to do.
Good.
And they're great. They got a good stock. They're dealers there now for Fender and Gibson and Takamine and
Very
all the
nice.
big name stuff, you know, and
Good.
Peavy and Yorkville. Good, you know, and they have some good. And he teaches some music.
So is he an entertainer like you?
Well, it's hard to get him. He's
He's busy.
He is good. We had him
Yeah.
on. He's good. He can play good and he can sing good, but he hasn't got the confidence yet. And I said, that'll come.
Bring him on the show.
And
We'll
that's-
work on him,
That's right.
Veronique.
We'll fix
Yeah.
him.
We'll
Yeah,
have him
that's
good to go
right.
by next Monday. You bring
Yeah.
him in a little bit
Because
after.
you know, all he has to do is listen to me, and he'll know how good he is.
Exactly.
When you play for the age group that I play for, I don't say you have to be good, but they appreciate everything you do.
I
You
know, I've
when
heard.
you look out and you see that they're enjoying it.
Clapping and stomping and yeah.
Some of the
Singing
best
along?
fun. Some of the best fun I have is doing the tour buses, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I'll forget we were doing a tour show and up at the Opry, and I was telling them stories, you know, and kind of stretching the truth a bit. And this old gentleman was going out the door, and he said, you know, Mr. Mullen, he said, there's a lot of people wouldn't believe you, but I believe every word you say.
He did not. Really gullible.
How much did you pay him for that one?
And that's another thing you have to do too. You have to pay.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to get them paid, to get them to clap for you. And
No,
everything.
yeah.
So
Well,
do you-
that's the way to do it.
I'm curious about some of your very, very favorite songs. Over all these years since you set out on the road, what are some of the favorite pieces that you particularly
Oh
love?
my God.
Just a
I
couple
could a couple.
of your tops. Top picks. Are you a Johnny Cash guy?
No, I'm Hank Williams.
You
He
said
sang a
that.
lot of that blue.
Okay.
And I guess them all. George Jones. Probably some of the best was. Carol Smith was a very favorite of mine, and Carol Smith was married to Johnny Cash's June Carter.
Right.
And Carol Smith and I guess Buck Owens. And
Okay.
They're all.
Those are the big names for you.
Ray Price was excellent. I mean, Nigel and I went to St. John to see Ray Price just a few years ago before he passed away. He was 84, and he was as good as he ever was at 84.
Good heavens.
Yeah.
See, so will you be.
Yeah.
So look forward to you will be too.
Yeah.
When you're 84, you'll
But
be as good as you ever
I
were.
never was good, so I got first. I got.
We'll still be heading up to see him when he's 84. I'm sure.
I
of
love
it.
doing this show because you girls really make me feel good.
You are.
We always tell the truth.
Yeah.
About our age, we lie a little
Yeah,
bit.
we do.
Well, I was never caught in a lie, but I was sometimes chased from one into another.
Oh, I can believe that, Billy.
And you,
Now, for the people out there who might not know where you're located, tell us how to find you.
well, Route 420, you can either, when you leave Newcastle or Miramichi West, you go up and you can go two ways. You can go up Route 425, stay right straight on, go right to Sunny Corner, and when you go down over the hill, cross the Red Bank Bridge,
Okay, yeah.
and when you get to the end of the Red Bank Bridge, the stop sign, swing left, and I'm just 5 minutes down that. You're on
Okay.
420 then.
Okay, my memory's good, but
No, I don't. What's the
I'll
address?
get
What's the
there.
address in case I'm...
1720, Route 420.
Okay.
okay.
Because somebody's going to have to Google you.
Yeah. And we're on Facebook if you want to find out anything. Just Bill Mullen Facebook. And
you get a lot of followers? I bet you do. Are you on Facebook, Billy? Like, do you play with that stuff?
They get me mixed up with Ann Landers.
Ann Landers? Oh,
of course they do.
I'll start writing to you then.
Yeah, really?
I like
cute.
that. You get a lot of, you find out a lot of comments, and they find out what you're doing, and you also find out what the rest are doing. It's great.
So you like that?
And you can go up Route 420, go across the Anderson Bridge. Anyone that goes, just follow Fredericton when you're going out of town here.
Right.
And just follow Fredericton, cross the Anderson Bridge, and take the first exit off. Come around the loop, and it'll say Millerton Red Bank. Just swing left, Red Bank.
Okay.
And you're 10 miles up there.
Now, being females, I'm interested in knowing how many, over the years, new females have you acquired or seen, like in your own, how many girls are coming up into the scene for country music? A lot more?
There's a lot more.
A lot more on the rise?
Oh, yeah.
I think so, too.
Oh, yes. They're very good. On the average, the ladies have a nicer voice.
I would agree totally.
Yeah.
And I'm great.
They are, though. Well, I don't say a nicer voice, but it's smoother and that,
Yeah, I can understand that.
I guess everybody has what they like. When it comes to harmonizing and really good singing together, it's hard to beat the black people down.
They have it going on. It's in the soul. They're so gifted from birth, right?
Oh, they're that's who learned Hank Williams was an old fella, black fella by the name of Tetot. Rufus Payne was his name, and Hank Williams. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing his biography there now, for doing a tribute show, and his dad was sick in his young life. When he was about 6 years old, he went to about 15 before he even practically knew his dad, because he was in the hospital. And
oh wow!
And his mother ran a boarding house and kept them going. Hank was the third youngest, I think, and then this Rufus Payne. He was a blues player and plays the guitar, and she used to feed him, and I suppose anything she could do for him to learn Hank to play. So that's all. So there's a story of every one of them. If you like Dolly Parton, any of them, they all earned everything they got pretty well.
She is a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Well, we really want to thank you for coming today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
We love having you.
I like it. I really appreciate being here, and I'm just
a treat.
Always. And I really feel good now, because now I'm accepted.
You know that.
And I want you to give everybody your address one last time so that they know how to find you.
1720 Route 420, Red Bank.
Or on Facebook.
282.
Good. And you're on Facebook?
We're on Facebook, and if anybody wants our CDs, we'll mail them out.
Because he and I are going to be doing one pretty soon, so it should be good.
Yeah. No, and we were so glad to have you. And people, if you're looking for a great space to rent for a unique venue, definitely give you a call, the Opry for Rent.
Cool idea.
And we're looking forward to what's coming up this year.
Nice to have you on the show.
It's a beautiful day.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful day, is right.
A beautiful day in our storm and everything.
We'll take it, right?
Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. We'll see you again soon.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.